Chapter 11. Through faith all things are possible. Faith is a hidden secret to the real, the true, the genuine, and the superior in all things. Therefore, to enter faith is to gain possession of the highest truth about everything. Faith ignores all the limitations of objective intelligence and enters the larger mental world of superior intelligence. Faith knows that the dark unknown will be found to be filled with light after we have entered its luminous splendor, and by entering this more brilliant mental world, faith proves that its faith were true. In the development of the various mental faculties, faith is indispensable. The reason for such a far-reaching statement is found in the fact that it is the finer creative energies of mind that build talents, and that we must enter the inner mental world to awaken these energies. But it is only through faith that consciousness can reach the inner realms of mind. When we are in faith, we are in the conscious realization of the finer forces, those forces that are required in every form of physical, mental, or spiritual development. Faith is the hidden secret to all the higher powers. Therefore, when we enter faith, we enter the conscious possession of these powers, and may employ them for any purpose that is before us now. As we grow in faith, the finer creative energies increase in power, because the more faith we have, the more power we receive from within. We thereby promote the development of talent, genius, and rare ability on an ever-increasing scale. In the development of any faculty, the circumscribed must be transcended, and that phase of consciousness that acts within that faculty must be widened and heightened. This faith does invariably thereby not only give every faculty a larger sphere of action, but also greater power and superior quality. The higher consciousness ascends in the mental world of any faculty, the higher and finer becomes the quality of that faculty, and since faith always promotes the ascension of consciousness, superior mental quality will invariably follow the attainment of faith. This truth will be better understood when we realize that the larger, the greater, and the superior is to be found in the within on a higher plane, and that to gain possession of the superior, we must develop the consciousness of the within. That is, consciousness must be expanded to such an extent that it reaches into the within and comprehends the within as well as the without. Since faith is the only path to the within, and since it is only through faith that consciousness can be expanded, faith therefore becomes indispensable to all forms of development. Faith is a hidden secret to the true, the perfect, and the limitless in everything. Therefore, to find faith is to find everything. Nothing is hidden from him who has faith, because he who enters into faith enters into that which was hidden, and it is hidden no more. Since faith is a hidden path, it can be entered in only when our thinking enters the inner meaning of faith, and as a conscious effort is made to inwardly feel faith. By concentrating attention upon the inner meaning of faith, trying to feel the spirit of faith, we find the path of faith and steadily enter more deeply into the soul of faith. To exercise faith is to consciously enter the inner and finer essence of everything in which we may have faith, not to menially dwell on the surface of things, but to dwell on the inner life of things, the hidden secret of things. When we understand the inner meaning of faith and realize that faith is the hidden secret, the mere thought of faith will take the mind into faith. While in faith, the mind is open to the unbounded powers that come through faith, and all limitations and seeming impossibilities disappear from consciousness completely. When we exercise faith, all doubt, all fear, and all anxiety are absent. Should these undesirable mental states appear, we may know that our minds are thinking about the surface of things instead of the spirit of things. To be in faith is to think about the spirit of things, to mentally dwell within the spirit of things, to feel the spirit of things and to be filled through and through with the unbounded power of the Spirit. Faith never pays any attention to appearances. Faith has information from a higher source. Faith knows that all things are possible now, because to be in faith is to be in that power that can do all things now. When we try to enter faith, we must give full right of way to this power. We must permit this power to thrill every atom of our being, and we must give this power the privilege to do whatever we may now desire to have done. The more we depend upon this power, the more of this power we shall receive, until our capacity becomes enormous. The more we exercise faith, the more faith we shall secure, and the more faith we have in faith, the more deeply we shall enter into the very soul of faith. Chapter 12. Have faith in yourself. To secure the largest and best possible results from the practical application of faith, it is necessary to have a perfect faith in everything with which we may come in contact, both on the visible and invisible sides of life. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in man. Have faith in the universe. Have faith in God, and have faith in faith. To have faith in everything is to develop the power of faith in every direction, and it is the full faith that opens the mind to the power that can do all things. The principal reason why faith sometimes fails is because we exercise faith in some way while we have doubts about others. It is the faith that has faith in all things and at all times that is real faith. And it is the faith that has faith in the full faith that makes all things possible. There is a power for good in everything, and everything something may be found that has true value and real worth, something that can add to the welfare of man. But this something is found not on the surface, but within the soul of things. It is therefore necessary to enter into perfect touch with the inner life of everything to secure the best from everything, and this is possible only through faith. When we have faith in all things, we enter into absolute oneness with the real life of all things. We place ourselves in touch with the universal, and may consequently draw upon the limitless for anything the heart may desire. The universal can supply all things, therefore he who lives constantly in perfect touch with the universal will never want for anything. When you have faith in yourself, you awaken the immensity of your own interior life, or bring in expression your better self, your superior self, your limitless self. There is something in man that is more than human, something that is far greater than the personal man, something that transcends every form of visible existence, something that is created in the image of the Supreme, and it is faith that unfolds its higher being, bringing the Word to become flesh, thereby permeating the visible form with the beauty and the divinity of the soul. It is the nature of faith to enter the higher, the larger, and the boundless. Therefore, by living in faith, you will mentally dwell in a growing consciousness of superiority. This will develop superiority in all your talents and faculties, because whatever we become conscious of, that we express through our own mind and character. Have faith in yourself, and you will always be at your best. You will constantly express the best that exists in your conscious nature, and your work will be the result of the greatest capacity and highest efficiency. By having full and constant faith in yourself, you place every part of the system in the best possible working condition, and besides, you promote in yourself the process of continuous improvement. To live in faith is to move forward every single moment, because it is one of the functions of faith to press on, to ceaselessly press on. The man who has the most faith in himself invariably does the best work, and consequently secures the most remunerative places in the industrial world. Faith elevates mind to the highest state of ability and awakens the necessary power from within to sustain the highest position. The man who continues to have a perfect faith in himself can never fail, because it is worth that wins, and faith never ceases to develop worth. By having faith in yourself, you bring to the surface the best that you possess, and then proceed to gain conscious possession of better talents and greater powers than you have ever known before. There is a genius asleep in the subconscious of every mind, in the great within of every mind. Unbounded capacity and ability may be found, and it is faith that awakens this genius. It is faith that unfolds the limitless possibilities within. Faith is the hidden secret to greatness, because faith takes man into the inner life of that power that produces greatness. Therefore, he who has faith in himself may become anything, attain anything, and accomplish anything. To have faith in yourself is to feel the life and power of that something within yourself that is limitless, that something that is created in the image and likeness of the Supreme. To grow in that faith, never think of the surface of your system, but think of the strong soul that permeates every atom of your being. Mentally dwell upon the inner side of your life, and train your thought to act only upon the finer energies, the finer substance, and the real spirit that fills your body, mind, and soul. To develop faith in yourself, have faith in the faith that declares that you are the image and likeness of the Supreme, therefore limitless. Aim to be your best and live in the faith that you always will be your best. Then have faith in every word, your every thought, and your every deed. Most important of all, whenever you try to have faith, whenever you think of faith, mentally feel the inner meaning of faith. This will invariably produce results. Chapter 13. Have faith in mankind. When we have faith in man, we enter into the most harmonious relationship with the better side of man. We mentally live with the real man, the superior man, the true man. We consequently will think not of human weakness, but of the supreme power and divine life that exists in man. What we constantly recognize in others, we develop in ourselves, and we steadily grow in the likeness of that which we think of the most. When we have faith in all people, we attract better people, and will have the privilege to live with those who are as we wish them to be. What we constantly hold in mind, that we invariably attract to ourselves and receive our undivided attention. We shall consequently have the privilege to associate with those who express the real and the true in the highest and most perfect measure. He who has the most faith in mankind has the most friends and the best friends. He He receives the truest love from the largest number, and the best that the world can give will constantly flow into his life. When we have faith in others, we inspire others to have faith in themselves. They consequently become more competent, more highly developed, thereby helping to make life better for everyone concerned. The more faith we have in people, the more they will do for us, the more they will do for themselves, and the more valuable they become to the whole world. Have faith in the world, and the wrongs of the world will be righted. Have faith in everyone, and you inspire everybody to have faith in everybody. And when everybody has faith in everybody, sin, sorrow, and sickness will vanish from the planet. This is a scientific statement, because when we all have faith in each other, the life of the whole race will be a living faith. The life of every person will be lived in faith. And to live in faith is to live in that life that knows neither sickness, sorrow, nor sin. To live in faith is to enter the life of that pure spiritual power that not only can but does banish the ills of human existence. When things seem to go wrong, do not complain about the incompetence of man, but have faith in man, and the better side of everybody with which you are connected will appear to see all matters right. The complaining mind goes down in more confusion and denser mental darkness, thereby making more mistakes and misleading everyone concerned to a lesser or greater extent. It is the truth that the more we complain, the more we shall find about which we complain, and the more we contend with things, the more things we shall have to be which to contend. The more faith we have in man when in the midst of adversity, the sooner we shall find the way out, and the sooner we shall find the help required under the circumstances. Faith keeps the eye single upon the better, the right and the true, and he who keeps the eye single upon the better rises in the realization of the better. This is an absolute law through the use of which anyone find emancipation, and faith is the hidden secret to that law and its perfect use. The man who has faith in everybody will never have much to complain about. The best of everything will come with him into this way, and all things will work together for his good. There is nothing that will smoothen the pathway of life and harmonize all the conditions of life more perfectly and more rapidly than a full, strong, living faith. A faith that has faith in everybody and in everything. When we have faith in everything, we are brought into closer touch with the best of everything, and will thus secure the best from every source. This is perfectly natural, because whenever we enter into the life of faith, we enter into the best, the highest and the truest that there is in life. Faith lives in the superior world, and to enter into faith is to enter that world. What we enter in with mind, that we become conscious of, and what we become conscious of, that we express through our own mentalities and personalities. Therefore, by entering the inner realms of superiority, we develop in ourselves all the qualities of superiority. Chapter 14. Have faith in your work, opportunities, and circumstances. Have faith in your work, and your efforts will produce far greater results, because through the attitude of faith, you give your very best life and power to your work. In addition, you enter into a more perfect harmony with all the elements contained in your work, thereby producing that unity of purpose, which invariably culminates in great achievements. Have faith in every opportunity, and the richest treasures that may be hidden within the opportunity will be given to you. Faith enters the soul of things and gains possessions of the very essence of all worth. Wherever there is a secret, faith will find it. Have faith in every circumstance and every phase of environment, and these will give only their best to you. When you have faith, adverse environments will trouble you no more. They will, on the other hand, become open gates to pastures green. Nothing but the best can come through faith. Therefore, it is the hidden secret to the best that anything in the world can give. If you cannot understand this, have faith, and faith will reveal to you the reason why. The hidden secret of faith is revealed only to those who live in faith. Have faith, even in adversity. Believe with the whole heart that adverse circumstances are simply opportunities to a larger life for you, and as your faith is, so shall it be. There is a power in every form of adversity, a power that can be turned to good account. Faith enters into harmony with this power, gains possession of it, and transforms adversity into a most powerful friend. Live in the faith that all things are working out right, and you will draw all things into the pathway of right. All things will go with you and do the right things for you. There is nothing strange about this, because the power of faith is invincible. Faith is in touch with the world of unbounded power, therefore can do all things. Have faith in all the elements and forces of nature, and their hidden secrets shall be revealed to you. Faith can find anything. Faith goes into the soul of things, and through superior vision discerns everything that may exist in life. Live perpetually in the full faith, and you shall discover many things that the world has never known, things that may add immeasurably to the welfare of the race. When we have faith in all things, our attention is subconsciously concentrated upon the best. We thereby think the best, create the best, and enter into the world of the best. By entering into the world of the best, we shall have the privilege to associate with the best, appropriate the best, and live the best. The secret of high thinking and right thinking is therefore found in faith. And as man is, as he thinks, we again realize the unbounded value of faith. Chapter 15. Have faith in God. When we have faith in God, we enter into oneness with God, and with everything in the universe that is good. It is only through faith that we may know God. It is only through faith that we may enter the presence of God and walk with God. It is only through faith that we may enter the Spirit and dwell in the secret places of the Most High. Faith removes the gulf that seems to exist between God and man by demonstrating that there is no gulf, but that man is one with God now in the highest, truest, and fullest sense of divine unity. To enter faith is to know that my Father and I are one, and to feel the power to do the greater things are even now at hand. To enter faith is to enter into the conscious realization of the great truth that man is created in the image and likeness of God. To enter faith is to inwardly feel that I am the Son of God, and that all that the Father hath is mine. When we have faith in God, we are with God, and realize perfectly, to whom with God all things are possible. No one can fail when God is with him, and God is with everyone who unites his mind with the infinite mind. Come with me, and I am with thee. Thus speaketh the voice divine in the soul of every man. Those who have faith can hear this voice, and will invariably act accordingly. Have faith in God, and you will live with God, and you will feel that God is with you in everything you may undertake to do. Do not simply believe in God, have faith in God. The difference is immense. He who simply believes in God stands apart from God, but he who has faith in God enters into the very Spirit of God. He is filled with the power of God, the purity of God, the wisdom of God, and the peace of God, and he rests eternally in the arms of infinite love. To have faith in God is to take God absolutely at his word, to believe so thoroughly that all things are created in the image of God, and that all things are good, because created by God, that we proceed to act accordingly. Everything that God has created is good, and he who lives in faith finds that all things are good. He also finds that the imperfection of man's creations disappear completely when we realize the perfection of God's creations. When we have faith in God, we can doubt nothing. We know that infinite power, infinite wisdom, and infinite love are within all things, and that the final results will be wonderful, marvelous, indescribably beautiful. When we have faith in God, our fears and worries disappear. What we ourselves cannot overcome or accomplish, we place in the hands of God, living in the faith that God can and will make all things well. And as our faith is, so it is always done unto us. When you feel that you live and move and have your being in God, you will never have any fear. You know that you are safe and secure, fully protected at all times, and that nothing but good can come to you. Again, as your faith is, so it is done unto you. To eliminate fear of every sort, simply have faith in God. It is a remedy that never fails. Glad tidings of great joy indeed, something that is worth all the wisdom of the world. Again, do not simply believe in God, have faith in God. When you have faith in God, you enter so completely into the Spirit of God that you actually feel that He is closer than breathing, nearer than hands and feet. To be in this state is not only supreme joy, but it is to be in a state of superior wisdom, superior ability, and superior power. While in this state you realize that my Father worketh and I work. You feel that the hand of the Infinite works with your hand, and that neither weariness nor failure can possibly follow. While in this state you think the thoughts of the Infinite after Him, your mind is illumined with the word of wisdom, and the Spirit of truth reigns supremely in all your world. You are in the peace that passeth understanding. You have forgotten evil, because you know only the good. You are within the pearly gates, and are living with the souls of shining glory. You have entered the state wherein the Christ entered, when His face did shine as the sun, and His garments were white as light. You have entered the presence of God. You have been glorified with His Spirit and His love. You have seen His kingdom, God's perfect world, the world in which we may all dwell now, providing we are not simply believe in God, but have faith in God. Chapter 16. Have faith in faith. To find the hidden secret of faith, the principal secret is to have faith in faith. To have faith in faith is to enter into the very soul of faith, thereby increasing all the powers of faith and giving mind that inner secret through which everything that is great and extraordinary may be accomplished. To develop the power of faith, realize that faith is a hidden secret, Then direct the whole of attention upon the soul of the hidden secret until you feel that you are in the very life of life itself. While you are in the very life of life, you are in faith. It is then that you have faith in faith, because you are within the within. You are in the secret chamber of the hidden secret. You are in the spirit of the very soul of all existence. It is in this state that you find the perfect peace, the limitless power and the supreme joy. It is in this state that you find the beautiful calm, the heaven within and the life eternal. It is in this state that the personal will give way to the divine will, and where we can hear the gentle voice, "Ask what thou wilt, and I will answer thee." To be in this state is to have faith in faith. We can therefore understand why all things are possible to him who has faith, and why all things shall be according to our faith.